This is a really special episode. We have a true titan of the Indian retail sector, a visionary, in fact, B.S. Nagesh. So, how did you do it, right? How did you convince people on both the sides?
When you're ignorant and you don't come with a baggage, everything looks possible. I said, why is it not working? We have made it a premium store. When we went back, they said, हम तो दिल्ली जाते हैं शॉपिंग के लिए. हम सोचे थे आप दिल्ली का शॉपर स्टॉप लेके आओगे. आपने तो इसको जयपुर का शॉपर स्टॉप बना दिया.
When you analyze, retail companies, what metrics do you look at?
There are 56 million people who work in retail in this country. So 250 million Indians are directly, indirectly dependent on retail. So I call this as 25 years of learning, 25 years of earning, and 25 years of return. He was a truck driver. He joined Titan. Today he's the store manager of Bandra. I think it's a very tough business. So we said, let's create a day for them. So 12th of December, we declared as a Retail Employees Day, 2011. And last year, we had about 20 million employees celebrating in 33 countries.
What's your advice to a very young, 20, 25-year-old who's aspiring to build the next shopper stop in India? Hey there, and welcome to Paisa Vaisa. I'm Anupam Gupta. Want to get smart with your money? We bring in top experts to show you where to invest, what financial trends to follow, and how to build lasting wealth. Ready to get smarter with your money? Hit that subscribe button for Paisa Vaisa and check out our episodes. Folks, welcome to Paisa Vaisa. This is a really special episode. We have a true titan of the Indian retail sector, a visionary, in fact, who shaped and shapes how India shops. B.S. Nagesh, the founder of Shoppers Stop, and a passionate advocate for retail associates through TRAIN. So in this episode, we'll be talking about him, his journey at Shoppers, the retail sector, the work that he's doing at TRAIN. All of this is really fascinating, folks. You really want to listen to this. So thank you so much for doing this episode for us.
Thank you, Anupam. I just want to do a correction. I'm the founding employee of Shoppers Stop.
Founding employee, not founder.
The first employee of Shoppers Stop. Yeah.
Let's start. That makes a very big difference. Like the very first employee at Shoppers Stop. This is what, 1991?
1991. Yeah.
So that's a full year before the reforms even came in.
Around that time, just the reforms were just coming in. I think somewhere the Raja families probably saw this opportunity, and
there it was, this theater. I remember because I've seen a few movies at Amber Oscar.
Yeah, there are 4 theaters: Amber Oscar, Minor, and Preview.
Let's start from there. Let's start from there.
Yeah, I joined them in July 1991, and I saw this theater. And when I met Mr. Raheja, he said, we would like this to be a commercial place. So we started with that. Yeah. And he gave me 90 days. I joined in July, and he said, I want you to start before Diwali. And Diwali was November 4th. And we did. We started on 27th October. But from being the first employee to getting a time, getting the team, putting the brand together, putting the concept together. I mean, if I look at it now, 90 days looks too small to do it. But that time, since I was totally ignorant about business, I don't come from fashion, I don't come from big retail. तो उन्होंने बोला 90 day में कर दो, हमने कहा हो जाएगा.
Crazy.
It's such a wonderful thing that when you're ignorant and you don't come with a baggage, everything looks possible.
Yeah.
And the whole journey of Shoppers Stop in the first 3, 4, 5 years where there was nothing in this country, everything was absolutely start.
So how did you do it, right? How did you convince people on both the sides, right? Which is the customers, people like you yourself, I'm sure that you would shop. People like me, people like, the population of Bombay at that point of time. Great location, by the way, still is a great location. And on the other side, for manufacturers or suppliers to even stock their goods out there. And this is what you said, it's 2,800
square feet of only men's. That was the lobby of the theater.
That's what I was
the ground floor.
You started at the lobby.
Yes. Because we couldn't convert the whole 50,000 square feet property. We started from the bottom. Yeah, so I think the most important thing was what is it that we're going to offer to the customer. Okay, it's not about shirts or pants or trousers or whatever. And we did a lot of work. Just to cut it short, the word that captured us was experience. So there are 3 words that we heard in 1991. The same 3 words today also we're hearing. So nothing has changed on the 3 words: convenience, value, and experience. Okay, we decided that we build the business on experience, because what I realized is in the market there was nothing which was being built on experience. No, experience was parking, experience was computerized billing, experience was professional staff, experience was for the customers to come and pick up the garments on their own and try. And if they don't like, keep and go and not getting intimidated. So we actually created this whole aura of experience. And on the basis of that, we created the brand. In fact, the brand, when we launched, we called it Shop Stop, feel the experience while you shop. So that became a big hit. I think the self-service was the biggest. So customer was easier. I think the supplier was different because they said you were, and that's the first time I came to Bombay. So otherwise I was working in Bangalore before that. I worked all over the country. You're not known. Secondly, in this city, it is the kachis and those who actually do the fashion business. You're not one.
Breaking into that.
You're wearing a suit and tie.
Ah.
Okay, that's not the way we do retailing in this country. And you come from the back end of Rahejas who actually are builders.
Yeah.
So they've never done this.
No experience.
No experience. So I think that was a little more tougher. So I mean, but life is such. The places where I was sitting, waiting for the supplier to get me in, okay, were also the places where later I went to inaugurate the showrooms and do that. But that's what life is. But I think we were, like I said, a bunch of 13 people who started. For us, nothing was impossible because पता ही नहीं था हमको.
Yeah.
हमको तो जो भी बोलो हम कर देते थे, हो जाएगा. And that's how it started off.
Feel the experience while you shop. You got me to some real nostalgia out here. Huh? That was a tagline. It still sticks. Your book is called Serve. Lovely title. It emphasizes on putting people first. A lot of people that I've spoken to at a senior level, people who've seen, who've done business in India, they get this slightly later. Maybe you would have got it earlier. For younger people, of course, the whole focus at the start is about your educational skills, technical skills, your degrees and all that. But later on, once you realize, you just have to accept that, bhai, this is nothing but a people's job. That's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it. The HR might be the HR, but the CEO is nothing but the chief people's officer. So
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. How did that shape Shopper Stop's success?
Anupam, I think there were two parts of people. Okay, one is when you're in retailing, you're serving the last mile of the consumer journey. Okay, so last mile of the consumer journey is all people. So everything that we have learned in shoppers, everything in retail, I mean, whatever people give me credit for is customers. I used to stand outside the shop, meet every customer coming in, every customer going out.
Wow.
For the first 2 years, I had no clue about this business. Ask them questions. So it's all started with that. And because we are 13 of us, the first batch of 13, then 47, then 120, 150. For 3.5, 4 years, we didn't have a single person from retail, a single person from fashion. Well, all of them were actually questioning the thing, ye chalega kya? So nobody wanted to risk the career. So people who joined me were the ones who wanted to explore. So eventually, if you look at it, business is all about IQ and EQ. It depends on how well you are able to establish the ratio between the two. For me, people became very important because without that, you can't run the business. It's people to people.
Yeah.
See, if you come to a store and you're not happy with the service or not happy with seeing my face or my body language, I mean, you will not want to buy.
Yeah.
So I have to keep myself as the store associate happy. I have to keep you as happy. So it's a very people business. And also in my journey, I have always been associated and run businesses with people in mind. So that helped me.
So let's try and get some insights, right, from the customers. Like you said, you were standing there when the shop opened and you were there later as well. How has the Indian consumer or customer evolved?
So I think there are two interesting incidents I want to give you. I was standing outside and I was talking to a customer who was going out. I said, sir, kuch liya nahi aapne? He said, yeah, aapke paas kuch hai nahi. You have only white, navy blue and grey. Because that is what I used to wear. Okay. Then I asked him, say, what should you have? Are kuch red, orange, kuch hona chahiye. Benzar mein jaake dekho aap. So I went to Benzar and I saw. I said, yeah, bada colorful cheez hai. I spoke to the supplier. I said, dar ke 3 color ka mangaya. Within 10 minutes it went off.
Wow.
So I realized that retail is about understanding what the customer wants. Okay. That's the first part. The second part is it is not that the customer knows what he wants. So the ability to provide what he does not want, but still have the ability to give him what he really wants. I think the combination of that really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And to talk about experience, we were the first to launch the beauty part in this business. Okay. We started with, that time we had Tips and Toes and Lakme. दो ही ब्रांड होता था इंडिया में. दोनों ब्रांड हमारे पास था. We had to beg मैं हाथ जोड़ता था, मैडम थोड़ा सा हाथ आगे कर दो, थोड़ा ट्राई कर लो. Women would not want to. First of all, they will be hesitating to come into an open
Yeah.
store like this, and then put their hand to get the nail polish. I'm talking of 92, 93.
Of course.
2023, we won the Guinness Book of World Record for the maximum number of makeover done in an hour. Okay.
Wow.
In I think 2018-19, we got the Limca Book of Awards for doing 1,000 makeover in one day at Select City Mall. And you will be surprised, there were 3 generations sitting together. The grandmother, mother, and the daughter sitting together, getting lipstick, getting makeover, getting. So that's how the customer has changed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
customer has evolved faster than us. And therefore, it is important for us to be aligned to the customers.
Yeah.
But a fabulous journey of talking to customers. I mean, in my book, there are lots and lots of
Yeah.
stories on customers.
Books like that that really bring out how India is so vibrant. I think it was Rama Bijapurkar who said that India changes every 5 kilometers, right? And you've had that experience. You've expanded shoppers. I mean, you started in Bombay. I think you would have expanded all over India.
Yeah,
Metros,
first store
tier
was
2, tier 3.
First store was Andheri 91, second was 95 Bangalore, and after that it was Hyderabad in 98, and then 99 Delhi, Jaipur, and after that all across the country.
Right. So what was that experience like, right? Because you're growing a premium brand and you're taking a concept that's not known. I'm guessing that like Bombay used to have its Benzers and its Akbar Alis and its local chains, the other cities also would have had their own. So
every city had.
What was your experience in, building this out through the 90s, through the 2000s?
So I think there are 2 things which were there that time and even today. The aspiration of the customers remain. I mean, whatever I am in life, I want to be a little more, irrespective of where I am. So customers who had the money aspired to shop in an environment which their uncles, aunties, grannies coming from abroad always talked about. I went to department stores, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Selfridges, John Lewis. So I think there was aspiration. They had seen the photograph. So suddenly, when they came into the store and they realized it is self-service. See, the self-service made the biggest difference. Till that time, even Benzer, everywhere it was across the counter. So you would be shown and given what you want. If you don't buy, okay, the body language may sound intimidating.
Yeah.
But here was a big store where you could come. The first escalator in retail was with us in Bangalore. Lots of first. I mean, anything in retail first has always happened with shoppers. Okay, we made a lot of mistakes for people to learn.
Yeah.
So I think it is about aspiring. And therefore, we ensured that we brought the premiumness to the business. And the customers just came in and they loved it. They loved it. In fact, when we went to Jaipur, we did a research where it showed that the Jaipur customers like this. So we did a lot of local sourcing for Jaipur. It didn't work. Okay. I said, why is it not working? We made it a premium store. When we went back, they said, हम तो दिल्ली जाते हैं शॉपिंग के लिए. हम सोचे थे आप दिल्ली का शॉपर स्टॉप लेके आओगे. आपने तो इसको जयपुर का शॉपर स्टॉप बना दिया. Okay, I mean, that time with the Tommy or big brands. So we actually changed it. It worked.
Wow.
So it's all about helping the customer meet and reach their aspirations through fashion. And when initially we didn't have a tagline, anything like that, and people used to ask, what is it you're doing? Why are you doing? What's the purpose? We said we want customers to feel confident wearing what we sell. So we're not selling clothes or fashion. We're just selling. And a lot of people will come and say, you know what, Mr. Nagesh, I went for my first interview, I wore shopper's clothes. No, I went to see my girlfriend, I wore shopper's stop clothes. So confidence building through aspiration, fashion. Yeah. That's how the business started.
Yeah. I heard you saying mistakes. Can you talk about that?
That was the mistake that we did in Jaipur of not picking the customer. There's a lot of mistakes. Run
through some of them because I would make you learn the lessons that...
Well, I if you look at my book, Serve, there's a chapter. It happens to be chapter 13. The chapter is only about mistakes. And I keep telling people that if you want to get into retail, there are 2 people who have made the maximum mistakes in this country in retail. Kishore Vijayani and myself. I said, boss, हम जो mistakes किए ना हमसे सीख लो आप. Please don't go try to make new mistakes, okay? So a lot of mistakes. I mean, if you look at mistakes, we started HyperCity. Okay, it was a hypermarket, probably one of the best hypermarkets. In fact, I remember the international director of Walmart who came to India, came to the store, and he called me to say, I think that this is the best hypermarket we have seen.
I loved it. Okay. The one at
Malad.
Oh my God.
I mean, so good. And it was so big and it did so well. Yeah. And we made so much of money. Yeah. The mistake we made is we said, if this is the size, which is 125,000 square feet, can do well in Malad, it can do very well. We opened Hyderabad, we opened Bangalore, then we went to Jaipur, then Ludhiana, Amritsar.
With the same format.
Made the mistake.
Wow.
The behavior of the customers in each place is very different, especially when it comes to grocery shopping. See, even if you are on the higher end of the strata, you still have budgeted shopping as far as groceries are concerned.
Correct. Yeah.
So we found in many places they used to come with their shopping list, and eventually they realized that they have busted the budget. Because in an open format, ye bhi le lo, wo bhi le lo, ye bhi le lo, wo bhi le lo. And then you have a kid coming in, you have your wife coming in, and she'll pick up and put it in the trolley. Now, when you go to the cash counter, you realize, boss, it's zyada ho gaya. But you can't stop at that point of time. So some of these things actually did. And when you, in retail, if you do oversizing or you do a wrong size, you're paying rental for the total.
Correct.
But your productive space is only 1/3, 1/4, or 2/3, or 2/5, or 3/5. Now that's killing. That's killing. So we have made multiple mistakes on these kinds, from size to location to format to merchandising. 15 years or 18 years back, I said, if it is aspirational brand, why can't we do designers? So we actually set up a designer gallery in Malad. Okay. And within 6-8 months, we realized no, because somebody buying a designer garments want to have an exclusive garment, but also wants to have from an exclusive space where it is not, buying a garment with 100 people walking around. So, and every move of ours was ahead of time, but some work, some don't work.
Now, there's the obvious question of e-commerce, right? I mean, you started at a time when where the internet didn't exist in India, mobile phones weren't even there. And you've seen that entire thing about how online has come and the big, and the Amazons of the world. So if I were to look at the future now, I mean, obviously there was some amount of disruption, but Shopper Stop is still there. I mean, something is working and something is working really well. What's your view? Will it be will both coexist? What will happen?
So Anupam, not many people know we were the first e-com company in this country.
Okay.
Shopperstop.com, we launched in 98, 99.
Wow.
Okay. Full-fledged. In fact, Upmanyu's boss, Ajay Krishnamurthy, was the head of that. We did transaction. The first bill was from Calcutta. Somebody bought 5,000 worth of jewelry from us. Amazing. I went to the board and I said, here is something we have. Let's go ahead. The board said, okay, what's the projections? I don't know. What's the capital required? I don't know. How much of profit will make? I don't know. Every question the board asked, I didn't have an answer. But I knew that omni-channel is the way forward. The board said, if you don't know anything, why run the business? Close it. So we closed the business in 98, 99. You can imagine if we had continued, but it would have taken a lot of money. It's okay. So I've been a believer of saying you need to be where the customer is. At that point of time, Y2K was coming in. So we knew something is happening in the tech space. So from then to now, if you have to be a retailer, bas customer 24 घंटा shop कर रहा है.
Correct.
आप 8 घंटा दुकान बंद करोगे तो customer गया. So there's no option at all. The only difference is that selling through e-commerce, going into a digital world, going into a platform, it's a very capital intensive business. And second is to get the customers, you lose a lot of money. So if you look at it, only the bigger players have survived, or players who have put in a lot of capital into the business survive. So all the companies, e-commerce companies, the quick commerce companies, the platform companies, the marketplaces, none of them make money. But if you look at the amount of investment has gone, it's gone into billions and billions of dollars, not into 100 crores. Billions of dollars is gone. But customers is enjoying. Customer is loving it. And I think it's good for the customers because, somebody had asked me and I had jokingly said, we should all thank the funds from US and the benevolence of the US citizens because their peer funds and security funds have been invested in India through this. And Indian customers are enjoying it. So they may be losing money, but we are enjoying it.
We are enjoying it.
So it's good. That's what. The second thing which e-commerce, especially the marketplaces have done, which people don't recognize, it has opened up the business channel for entrepreneurs in this country today. See that lady sitting in Jaipur having a beautiful dressmaking unit. She didn't have a marketplace. She didn't have the money to market. Okay, but she was very good. Suddenly Amazon comes and Flipkart comes and Myntra comes and they open up. So she is now selling to the world. So Indian entrepreneurs have got a tremendous platform with the e-commerce and that's made a big, big difference to the world.
Where do you think retail goes from here then? Will it be omni-channel? Will like a Shopper Stop exist in more? I mean, will they keep on expanding throughout? Will the format change?
So I'll go back to those three words again. Okay. Those words are becoming more distinctive now. Experience, convenience, and value. Okay. Now, Shoppers has remained the experience store from then to now. Post the COVID, customers moved away from brick and mortar, went into online. But in the last 2-3 years, they're coming back because they want experience. And India में beach का है, garden का है, Central Park कहाँ जाने के लिए? You go to air-conditioned shops and malls. That's the only place you go and enjoy. So they actually started coming back. Now, if you look at other formats which have come up, convenience has become big. convenience when combined with values become big. If you look at the Zeptos and the Blinkits of the world, that's what they have done.
Yeah.
Why do you require in 7 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they have created an environment to say 7 minutes is so important for you. So convenience value will continue,
Okay.
and the way to deliver will not remain one. Okay, it will be omni-channel, it will be digital, it will be platform. We don't know what way. For example, tomorrow you have 8 million kiranas in this country. If the 8 million kiranas are able to get digitized in a way that they can give delivery, okay, in 5 minutes time, I mean, this will be the biggest thing that can happen.
I don't know why that's not happening as yet. Maybe it needs investment.
It will happen. One is investment. Second is also generation. See, today, an average Kirana is a 50, 55, 60-year-old, not educated. His children, he has educated.
Correct.
Okay, they don't want to come back into the Kirana business. Okay, but they are coming back into those businesses which are a little more modernized. The society stores, if you look at it. I mean, son was in IBM, came back from US, has joined his father's business. They've actually added up a chain of stores. So I'm saying it's another 5-10 years when you'll have. Kiranas in this country will remain part of the ecosystem. I don't see a situation where Kiranas will go away. They are struggling today because of the new quick commerce that has come in. But I think you will find digital impacting them.
Okay. Well, from an investment point of view, let's say that there's someone who's here and who wants to know your take on the Indian retail sector from either listed companies or from a sectoral perspective. What's looking good to you? What's exciting? Any specific opportunities, areas, or anything?
To me, first of all, in India, consumption will continue to grow. This country is purely based on consumption economy.
Okay.
So consumption will grow. Okay. 10 years back, if you would ask me, I would say profitable retail will do well. Now, whether profits or not, it's all about scale. Okay. Third thing is there are a few segments in the country which is still not tapped. Okay. For example, 50 plus is not tapped. If you go as a 50 plus, you don't find that your garments are made for you. Okay. Aspirationally go and buy the garment which is made for them. Neither the service caters to 50, 55, 60. Whereas in India, the maximum money is sitting with them. Children educated, they have gone on their own side. You have money sitting with you. Kids, it's a booming one. Okay. I don't think any business has been able to get the kids part right. So I would say senior, kids,
both sides,
tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Okay. And that's on one side, which is serving the middle and the upper middle. The third, which I think Zudio did a fabulous job, is the whole value segment has got opened up. It's been a run up. Okay. But the caution here is retail is a business which is a business of cash flow. Retail is a business which requires a lot of capex. Retail is a business which makes losses in the first 1 to 3 years' time. So therefore, one has to be very careful that the growth happens based on how much you can afford to invest. Within the business, within the cash flows. But the moment you start looking growth coming from outside capital, that's where the problems have happened. Outside capital has come up, you're not been able to grow, and you're making losses and not able to recover. So I would say watch some of these things when you're looking at investments in retail.
The second name that you mentioned, Kishore Bayani, of course, he's also written a book. I think it's called It Happened in India. And that's also very fascinating. We've been very candid and open with his failures.
Yes.
But what he achieved also was something that people seem to have either forgotten or not.
No, I keep telling that people don't realize that he really opened up the consumption market in India. Okay. I mean, what he did with Big Bazaar. Okay. Today, a lot of people are making benefit of it. But he's the one who actually made Indian consumers at the lowest level understand that you don't have to be rich to get great shopping environment. I mean, opening a Big Bazaar in Palladium in South Mumbai, it's an unthinkable part.
And there were lines, I remember.
Yes.
I think it was called Big Billion. No, that's Amazon, sorry. Independence Day sale, 15th of August, 26th of July. People would line up out there.
And just see who could make a Republic Day and Independence Day into a sale. He made it. And not only he made it, that's followed by everybody else. So, I mean, he's fabulous. He is a maverick. He's a maverick. I've known him for years. I have tremendous respect for him. Okay. And I mean, somebody who has the guts to take on the world. Okay. What happened to the business?
That's a different thing.
That's a totally different thing. But he is the real person who opened up the market, who was innovative, a big thinker, a strong believer, and then he would do jo dil mein aata tha, man mein aata tha, kiya unhone.
Okay, for someone looking to build a career in retail today, what skills and roles do you think have the highest demand?
See, first of all, I must share that retail is one where you can build a career only out of what you do and not necessarily how educated you are. I mean, if you look at the Walmart's CEO. Okay, Doug. I mean, he started his career as probably at the back end. Then he went to Harvard. Then he's become whatever. All retail careers. I mean, my management trainee batch, first batch, 6 of them are CEOs today.
Wow.
So this is a very beautiful business to start. Okay, because what you require basically is you should love to meet consumers and you should be willing to work hard. Okay, you can't have either of them.
Yeah.
I mean, both are required. Yeah. And the growth is tremendous because your growth on the front end, because retail, so much of technologies come, you have growth on the back end. And retail has 2 parts, the art part, the science part. Okay. If you're able to develop the art and science both, then you can grow into general management and CEOs.
Yeah.
If you're the art part, then there is designers, there are buyers, there are visual merchandisers. If you're on the science part, then you have the back end, the merchandising team, the logistics team. So there's a huge opportunity. The other thing which you need to couple this with is that retail is amongst the top 5 wealth creators across the world. Go to any country you go.
Okay.
You go to any country you go, US, Walmart, Amazon. India now, Reliance has come into that segment.
Yes.
Go to France, you'll find a Louis Vuitton sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay, go to Spain, you see a Zara sitting there.
Yeah.
Every country has. Because it's a consumption-based economy.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to grow, he has to. But the only thing is, you need to start from the bottom to really learn through the ranks. And that India has probably skipped because there's a lot of need and people jumped into the middle.
Yeah.
And there have been struggles.
Okay. What's your advice to a very young, 20, 25-year-old who's aspiring to build the next shopper stopper in India? Could be physical, could be digital.
Okay. In fact, somebody asked me saying, can you build the next shopper stop? And I said no.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that time shopper stop made relevance. We built it and it's relevant today. If you have to build it today, you have to be very sure as to... See, department stores were built saying it is for everybody, everything. I think today you need to get into clear niches as to who's your customer segment and what kind of product categories that you want to do. But I would say if you want to get into retail, decide the product category, decide the city and the region that you want to be in. See, one big mistake that all of us have made and people are making today also. When you go to Europe, you don't go to all the countries. You start from UK, after 2 years go to Italy, after 2 years go to France. When you come to India, which is, 4x, 5x of that, you first store Delhi, second store Mumbai, third store Bangalore. I mean, you try to cover the whole country. And these are 3 different. I mean, 2.5 hours flight from one to another. So I would say get the location right, pilot it, make it happen because each city is big. I was talking to the founder of Natural Salon.
Okay.
He's got 850 salons in only South. 850 only South. And out of that, he's got some 600 or 500 only in Chennai. That's the potential of this country.
Okay.
I mean, if you talk of Zudio, somebody was telling me they got 30 stores only in Hyderabad. So you can capitalize on this country's strength going city, region, then across nation. So don't go across nation. I think that's the first thing that I would say.
Okay.
Get the product category right. Product is very critical. And third is decide what is it you're delivering. Experience, convenience or value. Value is a tough one. But if you can get experience, you can create a second shopper stop.
Wonderful. So before we go into break, just the last few questions, short questions. After the break, we'll talk about TRRAIN because I really like it's a very interesting concept. So I think one is that future of shopping malls as such. You think that there is a future? I mean, or in the West, they seem to be in the decline?
No, the problem, I think India has a huge opportunity for shopping malls because we do not have places of recreation and entertainment in this country.
This becomes a proxy for that. Okay.
A proxy for that. Today, if you look at it, also the most premium space is on the ground floor. But the maximum number of people are sitting in the food court.
Okay.
Where do you get a choice of 30 cuisines? Where do you get an air-conditioned environment? And where hundreds of people are sitting? I mean, if I was staying in Juhu side, or Warsaw side, or Malad side, or Goregaon, and I give you 3 choices, please name the 3 choices that you'll go to.
Which
beach?
Place?
You'll go to a beach.
Okay. That way. Yeah.
Garden? Which garden will you go? Borivali National Park?
Juhu Beach.
Juhu Beach. Juhu Beach on this side, 5 kilometers. Borivali National Park, 5 kilometers.
Where will you go? Yeah.
I mean, you go to the near shopping center mall. So I think it will remain. What's happening is that every mall is not getting built to a standard that's the best.
Okay.
So out of 500 malls, 150 malls are extremely doing well. And maybe 350 malls are struggling. But there's consolidation happening. The big players have come into the country. There are 5-6 groups are now buying these malls. So we will see the mall culture going further for many more years to come.
Okay.
But malls will be still a small proportion of the overall shopping. Digital, online, omni will be a bigger proportion.
That's going to become bigger. So that's a huge change that's going to happen. attracting customers. See, now sitting here in Bombay, I know for a fact that, and I've seen this myself, like if I go to a Phoenix Kurla, or if I go to a Phoenix Lopel, or if I go to an R City, or if I go even further to Viviana, on Saturday, Sunday, you cannot, it's, at one part, it's affirmative of the consumption culture of India. Okay. At the same time, the crowds there, you kind of feel that, kahan se aate hain ye log, as the meme goes.
But Anupam, on those days, the conversion is just about 15-18%.
But it proves your point, right? About how that it becomes a place for...
And also in India, we all have a lot of family outings.
Yeah.
So many a times you'll find 6 of family, 8 of family
Just land
going
up out
to
there.
land up. Go and have some meal on the top, and maybe you don't come out with a carry bag.
Yeah. So how does a mall attract people? One is of course size and location and all. But
No, I think it is the mix.
Okay.
It's a mix of assortment. See, we have to understand that what product category will the customer come on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? What category for which the wife will come? What category which the teenage son will come? And what is the category which the family comes? So if you look at it, the Monday to Fridays, women, okay, homemakers. Saturday, Sundays, family. Evenings are bachelors and people returning from office. 2 to 3 to 5 is all the youth who finish their colleges and loitering around with their girlfriends. So I think these are different niches, and you have to ensure that you are able to cater to everybody. Because if you don't cater to everybody, then it's very difficult to sustain a mall because you require footfalls.
What about tech and AI? Can that be used? Like, for example, I remember some time back when I was in the Dubai Mall, and that's massive. It's huge at another level. They have their own app. And you can actually sit there and locate which store you want to go to, which floor.
Yeah.
I just thought that's a good use of technology.
Yeah.
In India...
See, you can create, but the app doesn't give you experience. It gives you assistance. I mean, last week somebody was asking me, will AI overtake? I said, AI will overtake everything except for the last mile.
Wow.
Because you must have seen a lot of places where robos are being used. I was in South Korea and in a restaurant, and I saw a robo coming and picking up the plates and going back. Wow. But it was very strange.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here next to there's some creepy kind of a thing moving around, and I mean that actually. And here is a lady who's serving. It's so nice and beautiful to talk to the person. Yeah. So I think AI will reach there and not further.
Okay.
And the greatest example this is Amazon now, which was started many years back, which was a humanless retail store. They have not expanded. So they must have realized कि boss इतना ही हो सकता है, इसके आगे नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah. Okay. Last question before we go into the break, sir, is just to reaffirm that consumption is here to stay. What about the population? Middle class will keep on growing. Do you think that India will become large markets of separate types, or how will that?
India has grown and continue to grow. Indians are not growing at the same speed. And therefore, you look at, on a GDP basis, we are the fourth. Yeah. Maybe we become the third. On a per capita basis, we are far behind. But what's happening is because of the digital and the media, every segment of the customer is aspirational. So you will find that there will be opportunity to set businesses for example, somebody was telling me, very interesting. He said, if you can create one product, which is gamcha, you know what a gamcha is?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. He said, if you product one gamcha, you can sell 10 crore gamchas a month. Because a gamcha is multiple. Pagdi bandh lo, gale pe laga lo, kar lo, saaf kar lo. So that's the kind of country this. But he said, boss, banana 49 rupees mein padega. So this is the opportunity in this country. Yeah. Across the ladder, there is opportunity.
Yeah. When you analyze, retail companies, what metrics do you look at? I'm saying that if there's someone sitting out there and he's looking at a bunch of stocks or companies to invest in, what are the few metrics that you think investors should be looking at? Same store growth, or I don't know what?
Yeah, see, if you look at growth and scale, same store growth is important. But I think the most important is cash flow.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And most important is the margins per square foot.
Margin per square foot.
Okay. Yeah, because if you are able to get these two things, okay, more or less happens. But if you're not able to get this, many times you are compromising growth on the basis of profit. You're saying, let me grow and not profits. And then you find it's very difficult to recover. So I would say these two, management is very critical. You require promoters who are consistent, who have perseverance to last long. Yeah, lamba business.
Yeah.
This is not a business that you can create in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Even someone like a Reliance is struggling with it. I mean, it took them time to rescale. The Birlas are in it, the Reliance are in it. All three. Tata.
All of them are in. Yeah. All of them are in. Now, Adani is getting into airport retail. All of them.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a small break out here. On the other side, we will be talking about Mr. Nagesh's other main and more exciting venture, which is TRRAIN, which is training retail associates. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Did you know Indians report nearly 800 cases of online financial fraud every day, which has resulted in losses exceeding 1,000 crores in the last 5 years? To keep you safe from such fraud, I am starting my newest podcast series, Conversation with Vigilante, an initiative by HDFC Bank. In every episode, I will feature special guests who can share expert insights on the different types of fraud, their modus operandi, and how you can protect your money. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and don't forget to tune into Conversation with Vigilante. Catch the episodes on all audio streaming platforms and V for Vigilante YouTube channel.
And welcome back. I want to start from that philosophy of yours that you just told us when we had taken a break, because it sounds so beautiful. It sounds, if someone can, and you framed it that way. Please.
Yeah, Anupam, when I was 45 years old, I realized that, I can continue to do this. I was at the peak of my career, managing director of a listed company, started the company as a shop manager, grown to be a managing director. Everything was going absolutely fine. Daughter's educated, don't have much of requirement. I was influenced by my father, okay, and this gentleman met with an accident at the age of 75, okay. His one leg crushed under a truck. So I went to see him. And I said, Dad, how are you? He says, first class. I said, one leg is crushed, it's hanging. What is first class? He said, look at my right leg. It's perfect. Okay. Anyhow, he came out of it. He came to Mumbai. He saw some people laughing in Laughter Club. He went and met the founder of Laughter Club, Madan Kataria. Went back to Bangalore and started a Laughter Club movement. When he died, he had more than 500 Laughter Clubs in Bangalore.
Wow.
And he said that when I die, there should be no program. It should be laughter sessions. So on his death ceremony, we had laughter sessions. Okay, so I said, this wonderful way of giving back.
Yeah.
So I took a call saying that I'll step out at the age of 50 and give back whatever I have and look at saying how can I contribute to the community. So I call this as 25 years of learning, education, whatever, 25 years of earning, and 25 years of returning.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the 75 years of journey that I'm able to see. And after that, I have fun. There's no end to life. You can do so many things.
Yeah.
So TRRAIN is actually a baby of this part of my life. To say, at the age of 50, I step out and start something to give back. But I must say, Raheja's really helped me in this, because when I told them at the age of 45, I'm stepping down, they were supportive of it. And the reason I told them is, let me help create a succession.
Yeah.
Okay, Shopper Stop has survived in spite of me. So...
What does TRRAIN stand for? I want our audience to know that.
It's Trust for Retailers and Retail Associates of India. Okay? Trust. It's an ATG approved charitable trust.
Yeah.
Okay, it has all its licenses, and the acronym is TRRAIN. Okay, and this name I had conceptualized when I was traveling between Manchester and London, and I was in a train, and I wanted this to be a journey where it continues even after my lifetime. So TRRAIN naam laga, but मुझे double R चाहिए था. Double R हो गया. So it is Trust for Retailers and Retail Associates.
So I want to spend some time, and probably you can help me with the numbers out here, as to how big and important the retail sector is to employment in India. Before we started recording, you said it's the second largest after agri. Yeah, which is why if anybody is looking for scale, then you can't have bigger scale than this. Let's spend some time on that.
The figures that is available says that there are 56 million people who work in retail in this country. In fact, worldwide, they say that between 8 to 9% of the world's population, out of 800 billion, you have close to about 90% of people are shoppers, and the balance 10% are people who are helping them shop.
Wow.
Yeah. So 56 million people who work in retail. The average household size is about 5. Okay, of the people who work. So 250 million Indians are directly, indirectly dependent on retail. And you know there are 8 million Kiranas, and Kiranas are such an important constituency. Okay. The beauty of this business is that you don't require higher education to get into the business. Okay. Today when we do work in TRRAIN, most of them are 10th fail, 12th fail. Okay. But they come into the business, they start off from there, and they actually move up the ladder. A lot of us, my colleagues who have started the business. Yesterday I was in TRRAIN in Bangalore, and I met somebody who said he was a truck driver. Okay, it's a very interesting story, I must tell you. He was a truck driver, and his friend used to work in Shopper Stop.
Wow, okay.
And he has to wear tie. So he said, ek din main bhi tie pehnunga. So he asked his friend, कि क्या करते हो? He said, नहीं, शॉप स्टॉप में काम करते हैं, मेरा यूनिफॉर्म है. He said, मुझे भी ज्वाइन करना है. तो he brought him there and he did not pass the interview because his communication was not
Okay.
good. He worked for 1 year and then came back for the interview. He got into Shopper Stop.
Nice.
He was there for 3 years, 2008 to 2011. Then he joined Titan. Today he's the store manager of Bandra.
Wow.
So this is what retail does. I mean, go around the world and you look at the CEO of Walmart, look at any of those. They're all people who have grown. This is a beautiful industry which allows, and this is an industry which allows a lot of women to come into work. Because this also industry is moving towards part-time, weekend, hourly wages. So a lot of places around the world, you drop your child to the school at 11 o'clock, go to a retailer, work from 11 to 3, go and pick up the child and go home. So you have an early job and you don't require very high education to begin with. You start getting skilled as you go up.
TRAIN also employs persons with disabilities. I think, that to me is amazing. So how's that journey been so far?
So when we started TRAIN, Anupam, we said, what is that we need to do? Okay, so we went and did a lot of research and 4 statements came to our research. First statement was, हम तो सोसाइटी में बोलते नहीं हैं कि दुकानों में काम करते हैं. Pride. Second statement was, पढ़े लिखे नहीं है इसलिए इज्जत नहीं है. Respect. Third statement was, a kirana guy told me, he says, सोसाइटी के लिए काम करते हैं but सोसाइटी हमको अपना नहीं मानती है. Okay. And the fourth was, पढ़े लिखे नहीं है, कोई पढ़ाता नहीं, आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे? So we just picked up these 4 words: pride, respect, inclusion, and development. And we said, we'll put our journey of TRAIN into these 4 words. So pride के लिए, when we researched, Diwali, Eid, Thanksgiving Day, the best day in the world is the worst day for a retail employee. Because you come at 11 o'clock asking for garments. दिवाली के दिन और 10 बजे जाके बोलते पटाखा लेके आएंगे, पर वो पटाखा वाला तो पीछे बैठा रहता है ना कि आप आओगे करके. So I think it's a very tough business. So we said, let's create a day for them. So 12th of December we declared as a Retail Employees Day, 2011, and last year we had about 20 million employees celebrating in 33 countries.
20 million in 33 countries. What a moment.
I haven't visited even 32 countries out of that. It's just that people love the idea. In fact, I was in Norway last year holidaying. I met the CEO of Seen & Storm, which is a 180-year-old department store. He's telling me, we've been here for so many years. We never thought of doing this. But it's just a simple thank you to your employees who are making a difference. 95% of a retailer is on the front end. 5% are sitting in head office. So that worked very well. The second was on respect. We created an award called TRAIN Awards for Customer Service Excellence. Again, it's become a very, very big award in the country. Plus, it's gone global. We tied up with IGDS, and across the globe, we have done 15 in Rome, 17 Toronto, 19 Tokyo, 21 Dubai, and 25 we did it in South Korea.
Okay.
So that's one. The third was a tougher one. Inclusion. How do we bring inclusion in the industry? So when I looked at it, it's a chance meeting with another friend, and I saw there are 26 million persons with disability in this country. And not even 10% have jobs. So we said 56 million, it's a lot of attrition, 26 million with no jobs. Is there a way we can marry this? So we started a center in Hyderabad with a partner, and we skilled 22 such youth. 16 of them got promoted in a year's time, and I thought this is fabulous. So from there, we have not looked back. As of 25 March this year, cumulatively, we have skilled about 40,000 such youth. Last year alone, we skilled 8,500 youth. We are not a training center. We are neither a skilling program. We are a very clear livelihood program. I mean, हमारा जरिया उनको नौकरी दिलाने का, because their family income is between 50,000 to 1 lakh a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And these kids last year got an average of 13,000 rupees. So you can imagine when a family which has an income of 1 lakh to 2 lakh suddenly has a kid who's person with disability coming back with a 1,60,000 package. What happens to the family? If your family income doubles, what happens to your family? I think that's the kind of impact we are seeing. So we have 2 programs on inclusion. One, Punk, Wings of Destiny, for persons with disability, and one from girls from very poor families. There also the impact is unbelievable. I mean, एक लड़की को जब वो 15,000 का जॉब मिलता है ना, in fact, some of the girls, because they are able-bodied girls, educated, 10, 12 graduate, but didn't have family access because of their situation. I mean, some of them have earned 25,000, 30,000 rupees per month. So it's a big, big change we are seeing.
I don't meet many people who can, straddle both sides, business and social causes. I think India, thanks to CSR, has opened up that door that didn't exist probably 10, 20, 30 years ago. Do you think both of them, there is that overall thing about how capitalism is moving towards stakeholders and not just shareholders? So business, social together?
I think all businesses exist because of community. Directly, indirectly, okay, we are serving the community. The moment we recognize कि जो घर में किसी में पैसा आता है वो उसी से आता है. See, आप मोटरसाइकिल का पार्ट बना रहे हो, बट वो पार्ट मोटरसाइकिल में जाता है और मोटरसाइकिल आप खरीद रहे हो, तो इवेंचुअली यू आर कम्युनिटी फॉर अस ना. आई थिंक द मोमेंट वी रियलाइज दिस, इट मेक्स अ बिग डिफरेंस. आई एम वेरी वेरी श्योर दैट एवरीबडी can do something for the community at different levels. I decided to quit and started this, but every CEO, wherever they are, they can think of the community as a community, not to meet the CSR objectives. Because CSR objective karo to tick, 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 tick. I mean, it doesn't really serve. But if you look at the objective from a longer period of time, it can. And CSR and community service can do a huge amount of things for the country. Huge amount of things.
Amazing. You have now moved on from Shoppers after how many years?
Well, I'll be moving on the 17th of this month after 34 years. 17th of July. That's the last AGM that I'll conduct.
34 years.
34 years. Yeah.
What lies ahead for you?
There's so much to do. I mean, like I said, that my TRRAIN program, there's so much to do for. We've actually set up an objective, actually it's a vision, to say by 2032, can we impact 270,000 persons with disability and close to about 750,000 women. So it's a target of 1 million that we want to achieve over the next 8 years' time.
7, 8 years.
So
yeah.
7, 8 years' time. But the 7, 8 years' time also I'll be 75, 74, 75. So I think this is all charted out fairly well for me. It's not going to be an easy. But you know, the best thing is, अगर हम ये सब भी achieve कर लिए ना, तो needle 2% भी नहीं move होगा.
So you need many more doing this for it to really...
This country is so large, so large. कुछ भी करो ना जिंदगी में, and you say, oh, successful है, medal ले लो, trophy ले लो, 1% needle घूमता. But then all of us have to do our attempts.
That's what. Business leaders that you admire in India, obviously, and even globally. What do you think?
Well, I see a lot of people ask me, do you have a role model?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have a role model.
Okay.
But for different things, I have admired people. Okay. For example, if you ask me, I admire Nandan for what he has done for the country. I mean, on camera, I can say he's a Bharat Ratna. What he has done has changed the country for us. Okay. I've loved the entrepreneurship of Infosys. I've loved the thinking of Vallabhai, of INAM. Okay. I've gone to Mr. Kamath for various things. KV Kamath for various things. I mean, he's been mentor for certain. So I have picked up small things from there. I work very closely with Isha, Sadhguru Ashram. Okay, where I have seen tremendous amount of spiritual insights that I get from Sadhguru. So it's a mix of these people. Okay, from you learn nuggets. I can't be Narayan Murthy or I can't be Nandan, but I can be Nagesh with little bit of Nandan, little bit of, okay, and that's what I do, and I really, really enjoy.
I think you're being really humble, which is probably a quality that makes you very endearing. What book are you reading? Because this is the last question that we have. Any book recommendations for our audience or anything else?
Interesting. I'm currently reading a book by Lieutenant General Dhillon called Itne Ghazi Aaye, Itne Ghazi Gaye.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. After I did my college, I wanted to join the army.
Ooh.
Okay. And I had got selected in the army. Okay. I was supposed to join the officers training school in Chennai. Being the only son, my mother, and being a South Indian, she started crying. She think abhi army mein jayega to goli lag jayega usko. So I didn't join the army, but I have always admired that and aspired. So I picked up this book. I've read half the book of army life. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
And any definitive books that you've read over your career that you probably go back to reading or anything inspired? Because there's Sam Walton in the US who's written a memoir and everything else.
I won't say that because I have also a very short memory. If
the right question to you should be, when are you writing your next book?
No, I think book writing is book selling is more tough than the book writing business. I must tell you that. But I don't have any plans to write. I need to sell the production that we have done, and I have a target to achieve before end of December, which hopefully will achieve that.
Book selling is tough.
It's tough.
You should know that, right?
No, I'm telling you, it's tough.
Crossword was acquired.
Yeah, Crossword was ours. It's a part of Shoppers Stop, and
2001, I think you bought it whenever. I don't know.
And we sold it last year to the franchisee, the biggest franchisee. And they've done a fabulous job. The retail is an entrepreneurial business. Okay, even a professional CEO has to be entrepreneurial thinking. वो customer आपके थोड़ी wait करेगा.
Correct.
I mean, you can't say मैं manager के पास जाता हूँ, CEO के पास जाता हूँ. I mean, you want an answer, right? An entrepreneur can do it.
I don't know if
So-
you saw their massive store at Santa Cruz. That was quite
Yes,
impressive. I mean,
yes,
to see
in fact.
a bookstore investing so much money in opening that side of a store.
No, in
I
fact,
hope
what they have done with the Camps Corner is fabulous.
Yeah.
I launched the book in Camps Corner. They are my publishers.
Okay.
So I launched the book in Camps Corner and did one book reading in that Santa Cruz.
Okay.
So
Please keep writing. Please, please. I hope that your next book comes out
I
sooner.
should have. I'll send you my book if you've not read it.
But it's here. We read it for the purpose of this, but please continue writing.
I'll do that. Thank you so much.
On that note, that is a wrap on this incredibly insightful conversation with the one and only Mr. B.S. Nagesh.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for giving your time, your wisdom, and so many insights for our audience on Paisa Vaisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anupam, for inviting me, and I enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And viewers, as always, for more deep dives into finance and business, always, and of course, meeting such interesting people, like, share, subscribe to Paisa Vaisa. All the buttons are given down here. And keep coming back. Thank you for watching.